Hello, online crew. How are you today? Welcome to my lounge room where it's warm. I've got a bit of an eye-opener for you today. I'm going to do a little bit of a demonstration to sort of prove a little bit of a point and might help you think a little bit. So hang on to your hats for that. Welcome to today's live. The reason that I'm in my lounge room, no hat or whatever, 1, I'm cold. 2, I've got a headache. I've had it for 3 days and I'm just not feeling it and I don't want to move. I'm under protest. And 3, I can't even remember what it is. Do you have those days where you're just not, I don't know, you're just not feeling it? Well, it's kind of like today. So I'm under protest and it's warm in my lounge room. It's a lot colder in the other room. So welcome to my lounge room for today's live. And, hopefully I can get through it okay. So how are you guys? I really want to have a chat with you guys today about, this is where I get all deep and meaningful in these videos every week. If we haven't met before, my name's Helen Martin and I'm on your online crew captain. And what I normally do with these videos at the beginning of the week is talk about something to help you think. And help you to be a better version of yourself and sort of get out of your own way. And here's what I find a lot of people do, particularly online. You're wasting time. So wasting time in things and making excuses like I'm too busy, or you're just not planning things well enough, so you're not posting regularly enough, or it's not the right kind of content, or you're avoiding going live, you're not planning things. Time is sort of slipping away. And I talk to you guys, it's not all doom and gloom. I'm just trying to make a point with this video. I spoke to you guys recently about time and money. And a question that I asked recently was, what do you want more of, time or money? And a lot of people who've got the time naturally said, well, I want more money because I've got the time. Whereas really you can earn more money, but you can never actually ever get more time than there is. So time is your most precious commodity, always. Now, what I see happen with a lot of people in the online world and building their business online is they waste months, sometimes years, letting life get in the way and not planning, not really having any real goals written down. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but your brain works like a GPS system. So when you've got goals and stuff and you map it out and you actually write it down, you're actually programming your brain for what it is that you want. If you don't write your goals down, if you don't know where you're headed and you haven't actually got that mapped out, your GPS is just sending you round the roundabout. So it's proven that when you, plan things out and have goals and actually write it down, the programming in the brain is already working for you to actually achieve that. Does that make sense? So, but a lot of you are not doing that. You kind of know what you want in your head and what your goals are, or if you're in this industry of direct sales, network marketing, etc., you might know what you want your next rank to be. Like, you've got an idea of what it is that you want, but you haven't really got it mapped out. And you know how it works with the GPS system. If you don't put anything in as the end address and you've never been there before, you are going to take a very long time to get where you want to go. Some people will say, oh, I'm too busy, life got in the way, or I don't have enough money. There's some of you, anything, something that was highlighted to me, and I'm not picking on this person, but my last video from last week, I reviewed somebody's business page. And about a year ago, they wanted to look at, doing the branding course, which is, it's pennies. It's not much money, but hasn't for one reason or another. And a year's gone by of building a page with no branding message. And it's just like, it kind of wasted a year with, not investing a small amount of money to get the things right, to make sure you've got a really good online presence. Like I just, that was highlighted to me. So I hope you understand where I'm coming from. One, my point is, some of you are wasting a lot of time because you're not planning things out, and you're sort of flying by the seat of your pants, and every day and every week is sort of going by without much thought or intention as to what you're doing, what your goals are, where you're going, online, what it is, where are you headed. And keep in mind what I said before. When you write those things down, you're programming your brain, it's like the GPS system, to go to work for you. And like the GPS system gets you from A to B, correct? When you put the address in. When you write your goals down, then that's helping program your brain to get you from A to B. It'll start working. It'll put the right people in front of you. It'll, opportunities will pop up for you when you're very, very clear about what it is that you want to achieve. Now, here's what the point that I want to make about time. And here's my little eye opener for you. Have a think about this, okay? Can't see it all on screen. So follow along with me here. This ribbon here represents, say, 100 years of your life, okay? So this is somebody's life, okay? So let's take off, follow along with me here. Let's take off the amount of years that you've been alive, because they're already gone. Are they not? Like those years are already gone, okay? So I'm going to put this in half, okay? And I'm going to chop that off because I'm almost, in case you didn't know, I'm almost 50, okay? Half of that is already gone. Half of my 100 years has just gone, okay? Nothing I can do about that. That's gone, okay? So I've got 50 left, potentially. On average, statistically, we use roughly sort of 80 as the benchmark for sort of the average life of a person. So I've got my 50 years left. So if I take off another 20 years, okay, I'm going to chop that off. This is what I'm left with out of all of that. Like, you couldn't even see the whole thing on my screen when I first put it up. Now I'm left with this. This is the rest of my life. This is the time. Now, depending on how old you are, if you're older than me, that could look like that. Does that scare you in any capacity? To have a think about the time that's gone, which a lot of people waste a lot of time worrying about what's gone, what's been. So that's gone. We're not going to let that dictate what happens here. Okay, that's the first thing. We may not even make it. Like, that could be taken away from us because of health or, whatever reason. So now we're down to this. Again, depending when you end your life, that could be cut short there. Or if you're older than me, that could be caught short. That could be shorter there. You could be dealing with something like that. So what does that tell you regarding where you sit in your life and time? Some of you are waiting for all your ducks to be in a row. Some of you are waiting for, just things to all fall into place. And I can see people that I work with, and some people that I work closely with, some people that I work with in my network marketing team, that the months and the years are going by with no planning, no goals written down, and the months and the years are slipping by. And yet this is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So this is where we need to take a bit of a look in the mirror and go, do you want to waste any more time? Or do you want to really give it a good hot crack to reach, the goals that you want to reach? First and foremost, write them down. Start the programming up here to work in your favor, to know what it is that you want. If you're not writing it down, then there's no programming going up here, and you're literally living kind of day by day. So spend the time to map that out and actually write it down and let the programming start to work. And then have a think about your, what little bit have you got out of the 100 years that is left for you? And are you going to waste that, or are you going to be really intentional in what it is that you want to achieve? In this industry, the hardest part is that people worry way too much what other people think, and it holds them back. People are, sometimes just not organized enough. You're not putting in, the planning and the time. I know for myself that if I'm not organized, if I'm not planning for the week ahead and, the months ahead, then it takes me 3 times as long to do things. So when you're more organized and you're mapping things out, you feel confident. When you feel confident, you're more productive. When you're productive, you're getting more results. So my point here in all of this is, not that you don't have a lot of time left. I don't want to paint the wrong picture here or, have a morbid message here, but just have a think about that. Like your whatever's left for you, why would you want to waste it in relation to what it is that you really want to achieve? Like if you want to earn a lot of money, then go harder at it. Set really, audacious goals for yourself, but don't make them too unrealistic that all you end up doing is disappointing yourself. But you're in the driver's seat. Nobody is going to help you get where you want to go more than yourself. You can have mentors and things like that that can guide you along the way, but you're in the driver's seat to really take control. So it's up to you to take control. It's up to you to write all of that down. It's up to you to realize, the time that you've got, how are you utilizing it? And stop waiting for everything to be right and just fail forward is my motto. What do you think about that? Let's have a look at some of your comments here. So hello to everyone that was jumping on. Good to see you here. Yes, Cherie, writing them down helps program my brain. It is so important. If you're not doing it, you're flying blind. Okay. I've got less ribbon left. So Beth's got less ribbon than me. So does it make you sort of think a little bit about where you're at or what time you continue to waste, the months, the years that you're wasting, not really concentrating on things or thinking, I can't afford that. Well, sometimes you can't afford not to learn things or get a mentor or, whatever it is to speed up the process. Sure does look scary. Christine's older than me. Don't waste it. Time waits for no one. So don't waste that time. Write the goals down so the programming starts to work. Yes, absolutely. Deb, that is a bit scary. Mine is a short bit. So what does that, what do you do with that? Stop wasting time, guys. Go after what you want. Write down your goals to give you more of a chance to make it happen. Because if you're not writing it down, then you don't know where you're going. And if you're not planning things out, they won't happen. Some of you won't post on social media because you haven't planned what you're going to post, so then it just doesn't happen. Some of you don't go live on your live videos because you don't think about what it is that you're going to talk about. So then it just doesn't happen. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. It's the same as the diet. I'll start the diet on Monday. And then a week rolls around, you fall off the wagon. I'll start on Monday, and you're forever starting a new diet. You know what I mean, guys? Time does go quickly, Beth, and it's up to us to make the best of that time. Set goals for the next day or next 5 years, all of it. So goals for the next year, goals for the next week, goals for every quarter, goals for a year, goals for 5 years. Do the whole lot. Fail forward is awesome for me. It's an absolute must. Brittany writes everything down now. Very good. My ribbon is short as well. Yep, got lots less ribbon too. I've got to get out of my own way. And that's really, it's really all it is, guys, is just get out of your own way and sometimes out of your own head and just sit and think about what it is that you want and write out that goals and go and make it happen and stop worrying about what everybody thinks. Stop worrying about the meaningless tasks that do need to be done, like the washing and the cooking and the cleaning, all that kind of stuff, ladies, that keeps you distracted from doing the things that you know you need to do in your business, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, if it is to be, it is up to me, you know how the saying goes, but it's just a matter of planning it out. And, you know, this comes from a place of mentoring a lot of students where, you know, they're in a program for a year and you can just see, you know, they get panicked when it gets to the first 3 months, you know, the last 3 months of the year. And it's like, I've really got to pull my finger out because I've only got 3 months of the program to go. And it's like, well, why didn't you pull your finger out on day one? Because you think you've got the time. But we don't have a lot of time. We only have, you know, either this or this, or you might be one of these. Like, where are you sitting in that timeline? Just be really mindful of the time that you're wasting doing, you know, meaningless tasks that aren't going to make you any more money, that aren't going to build wealth for your family. And just, you know, you've got to have time for the things that need to be done, but you also want to put dedicated time to planning what it is that you actually want. Let your brain start working a way to make that happen for you, and planning out your days and your weeks moving forward. So you know what to do on Facebook Lives, you know what content to put out there, you know, all that kind of stuff. When you're not planning, you don't have a plan of any sort, I guarantee you are wasting your days getting, you know, it's going to take you a lot longer to get to where you want to go financially if you're not taking control of that. Okay? So go and work out what your part of the ribbon is, what you've got left. And, you know, I just hope this makes you think a little bit about how you utilize your time. Where are you wasting your time, that you might be able to tighten that up and actually use your time more wisely? Get off the couch. TV is useless in my mind, and TV does have its place. I like sitting down consciously to just, you know, every now and again with a show that I like Reno shows. I'm not sure why. I like The House. I love houses and real estate and renovating and all that kind of stuff. So if I'm going to sit down intentionally and just have a bit of a break, I'll sit down and watch those kind of shows. But I'll do that intentionally. I don't let it distract me, because most of the time I'm working. Okay, you know where I'm coming from, guys? Just be really mindful of your time and whether you're wasting it or whether you're using it wisely, because you're in the driver's seat. You're the only person that can get you from A to B. And, you know, I just want you to be able to have more success in your life, more finances for you and your family, which ultimately, it's not about the money. It's about what the money can do for you. It's about more time freedom. It's about potentially more holidays if you can travel everywhere. Oh my gosh, Australia is not good at the moment. We just got new restrictions yesterday. We're back to restrictions in the household. Gyms have shut down again. Shops have shut down again. Yeah, Australia's having another bit of a hit at the moment, but kids are still in school. So I don't get why shops need to shut down, but kids are still allowed to go to school. Anyway, a squirrel moment, sorry. Just the whole COVID thing is, you know, it's interesting. Let's just say that. Anyway, I've had my say. I hope you take this in a way that makes you think about how you're utilizing your time, and go and plan out your goals and what it is that you want, so your brain can actually go and make that happen. You got to take the action, but your brain can, you know, give you direction, and you will see opportunities that you may not otherwise see, or people may come across you or pop up on your screen, or a conversation might happen that may not otherwise, if it's not on your radar, about what it is that you want to achieve. Okay, so work out how much ribbon you've got left, and you know, start there with planning out, you know, the future. Okay, guys, I will, those of you in round 23 of the branding course, I'm going live over there now. And I did want to let you all know that the winner of our recent Online Crew Video Challenge, I am interviewing her this week. So that's Cherie Woodard, and Cherie will be with me on live either Thursday night or Friday morning, depending on your time zone. So if you're US, Canada, it'll be Thursday night. If you're in like Australia, that would be Friday morning. Okay, so make sure you're on that live so you can support Cherie and hear what she has to say. Okay, so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.